Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to this week's episode of Careers Bistro. My name is Jemima Ndebele, and I'll be your host for today's episode. For all of our new viewers, welcome, and for our returning viewers, thank you for coming back. For those of you who don't know, Careers Bistro is a show that recaps on our weekly publication published every week in the Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and the Republican newspaper, called Careers Hub. Today, we'll be interviewing one of our very own NTV presenters, Mr. Ashwyn Mberi, so please do stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. Today in studio, we're joined by our new appointment, Mr. Ashwyn Mberi. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I understand that you're newly appointed full-time presenter at NTV.
Yes.
I mean, a new TV channel.
Absolutely.
And being the face of that, isn't that a lot of pressure?
No, I don't think it's pressure. I think it's a challenge that I welcome. I think it's very much aligned with how my career has been building from this point. Of course, I've done a lot of presenting over the last decade, but with NMH in particular, I started in 2020 freelancing with Africa Good Morning, and it's good to be able to spend the day in the building and just be ready to, practice the craft. Yeah.
And what do you think? How does the transition from freelancing to, having a full-time stable job? What's that like?
Well, I mean, look, it doesn't really make much of a difference with regards to my working hours because I was always working on something. Always with the same hours. In fact, as a freelancer, I told myself I still work 8 to 5. But it is different to be able to pour my focus into one particular product and service. So yeah, I'm certainly enjoying it. Yeah.
But I take that that's a good difference?
Yeah, it's a good difference. Oh, no, absolutely. It's a good difference. And it doesn't mean that, I stopped doing the freelancing that I may need to do, film in the ETC. But it is something that I welcome because it's always been a part of who I am. And just to be able to practice it every single day is something that I really appreciate. I appreciate the challenge, as we said earlier. Yeah. And
what do you hope to leave behind? I mean, we understand that wherever you go, Ashwyn Mberi makes sure to leave a mark. So what mark do you plan on leaving here?
I mean, for me, it's about creating, presenting culture that competes with the best in the world. And I truly believe that all the raw materials are in place for that to happen. And it comes down to not just my commitment, but my ability to drive and push other people towards, the standards that I've been allowed or afforded to achieve through my hard work over the years. And it's about just, allowing the inspiration to keep flowing, the innovation, because it's television, it's media, it's always changing. And the idea is to make sure that, by the time I leave, and of course, that's not anytime soon, but by the time I leave, there's, a presenting culture that mirrors the best quality anyone gets to see on a TV screen. Yeah.
I understand it. From following your journey in the media industry, we see that you're very, very big on Africanism and embracing African culture. Yeah. So I can understand that you take a lot of pride in being part of, a fully Namibian TV channel that's being launched.
Yes, no, absolutely. Because, obviously, Africans, we have a sense of community that can't be mirrored or replicated anywhere else. And we have a sense of identity that hasn't been fully explored. And so I am fully devoted to that. And I actually appreciate, for example, pretty sure I'm the only broadcaster with an afro, the only male broadcaster with an afro. And I appreciate to be able to show up as myself whilst talking to African audiences, because it's so important to see each other on screens. And that's not to say we're seeing each other in exactly the same texture or tone, but seeing each other in how we individually embrace our Africanness. Yeah.
Definitely. And what do you hope to, you mentioned leaving behind a presenting culture.
Yeah.
And how do you plan on doing this?
Well, I mean, I've drafted a couple of helpful documents in my time here. I'm quite well versed in it itself. So there's a lot of structural things we can do, like having a SOP, standard operating procedure, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it comes down to paying attention and being intimate with every show and allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to sit in every single space and try see what can be improved or how that space can improve me. So ultimately, the idea is I will be interacting as intimately as possible with NTV as a brand. And that's where all the ideas will come from. That's where the inspiration will come from. And that's where I'll be able to constantly create structure or lead by example, so to speak, in a direction that I feel we are absolutely headed towards already, which is being the best Africa has to offer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you mentioned drafting a document. He called it an SOP.
Yes, yeah.
So how long have you been at NTV that you managed to draft documents already?
I mean, look, I drafted that about 2 weeks after coming here, but it's, like I said, it's something that's always been who I am. I listen, I watch news, I've been presenting. It's in my blood, like a lot of things that I do. And I always say that if you can align your passions with what you love to do, you'll always be in a good position to not just be able to express yourself, but to be able to teach and learn the nitty-gritties. Now, it's not to say that NTV already has a wide skill set of very talented presenters, but I just happen to know the technical aspects of it all, things which most people might miss because it fully engulfs who I am. Yeah.
So what would you like to leave our viewers with?
Should I talk to the viewers? Should I let them know?
Yes, I'm sure they'd like that.
If you have a dream, it is absolutely your responsibility to pursue it. But in pursuing that dream, you need to understand that there is absolutely nothing you cannot achieve. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to have faith, pay attention to your surroundings, and don't let anybody put you in a box or narrow your path. You can be everything you want to be. It just takes discipline and planning.
Thank you so much for that. I have learned a lot, and I'm definitely going to take some of your advice.
Thanks for having me.
There you have it, viewers. So please do stay tuned as we go on a quick break.
Hi guys, my name is Dominique. My surname is Prinz. I am a human resource administrator at Sanlam, Namibia. I am 22 years of age currently, and I reside in Windhoek. I am also from Windhoek. I did most of my high school career in Windhoek, and then a part of it I did in the coast at Namibia High School. I then proceeded to do my bachelor's degree in human resource management at the Namibia University of Science and Technology. I studied for 3 years, and on my third year, I got the internship at Sanlam. I did my internship for 3 months. I then proceeded, well, of course, with performance and hard work. They offered me a temp contract, so I was a fixed-term employee. Roughly 7 months of 5 months of temp and 3 of internship, and then they proceeded to permanently employ me at Sanlam as an HR administrator. Career motivation, basically you get what you put in. If you know you put in 100%, you're definitely gonna get something out of it that's also gonna be worth what you put in. Studies, motivation, just study hard, keep them grades keep the grades high. Just keep high standards with everything you do, even if it comes to just going to the store. Everything needs to be up to standard that you do. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching this week's episode of Korea's Bistro. I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I had fun hosting it for you. But until next time, next week Friday, same time, same place, I'm Jemima Ndebele.